But Mr. Trump's comments are not the only ones drawing ire tonight, as Hillary Clinton seemed to make a loaded suggestion about the New York businessman's own heritage. Listen to this.
It makes no sense to me. The judge was born in Indiana. Yes, he's of Mexican heritage. Donald Trump apparently is of German heritage. I mean, what does that mean? We're all Americans.
Joining me right now, attorney and Trump supporter David Wall, as well as Guy Benson, a Fox News contributor and political editor at townhall.com. Good evening, gentlemen. David, how do you interpret what we just heard from Hillary Clinton, where she referred to Donald Trump's German heritage?
I think it's just a garbage. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. You know, when Donald Trump said Mexican, referring to the judge, I mean, he would agree with me that there are tremendous numbers of Latino lawyers and judges that do outstanding jobs. I work with them every day of the week. What he's referring to with Judge Curiel is his membership in La Raza Lawyers Association, which is an activist association which caters to Latino lawyers and professionals. But that's fine for lawyers. But when a judge is a member of this organization, it raises an inference of bias. And then when you couple that with adverse rulings this judge has basically sent down after Donald Trump gives policy statements on immigration,
David,
it's not good. It's a conflict.
It's our understanding that that organization is actually not directly related to
It isn't directly responsible, but it caters exclusively to Latino lawyers. I looked at the website today. It's not directly affiliated with the one causing the violence at the rallies.
Okay,
that's correct.
I want to leave that aside, and we'll get back to it in a minute. But, Guy, back to what Hillary Clinton said there. It seems to me that by her trying to say, okay, you know, Donald Trump has German heritage, and you can infer from that what you want, it seems to be kind of playing his game. And I don't know if that works.
Well, I mean, I think what Hillary Clinton said for the most part, and I am loath to defend her because I strenuously oppose her candidacy, but she's right. The fact that this judge's parents happen to be from Mexico, he was born in Indiana, a U.S. citizen, that has no bearing whatsoever on the facts of this case in Trump University, which pertains to alleged rampant fraud at that fake, failed university, and to invoke the irrelevancy in such a gratuitous way of this judge's cultural heritage, the way Donald Trump has for months, by the way, making it most explicit just in the last few days. It's race baiting. There's nothing else you can call it. It's race baiting, and it's repulsive.
David, is that what it is?
No. No, I disagree completely. I mean, what do they have to do?
Of course.
Basically, Donald Trump at this point has to get evidence that the judge has engaged in maybe lectures that indicated bias toward Donald Trump or toward strict immigration laws, maybe letters, maybe emails, lectures, and then attach that to a motion to have him recused. Or my suggestion is very simple: do a settlement that admits no liability whatsoever, get this thing out of the way, and get on to the issues that mean something, and get on to the campaign that'll put him in the White House where he should be.
Okay, Guy?
Do you have any evidence? You just said get the evidence that this guy is biased against Trump personally, or is against
when Trump makes a policy statement. Yeah, when Trump makes a policy statement regarding the wall and Mexico will pay for it, Trump makes a policy statement regarding strict immigration, strict enforcement of immigration laws, or deportation, mysteriously rulings come down from this judge that are adverse to Donald Trump's case. So that is at least circumstantial evidence of some degree of bias. Now, I don't have direct evidence, but it needs to be investigated.
Let me ask you this, because I think a lot of people would say, maybe he shouldn't have mentioned that the guy was Mexican. Maybe that took it a little bit too far. Guy, is he perhaps doing something else? I mean, think about it. Just a couple of days ago, everybody in the media was talking about Donald Trump swindling people out of hard-earned money. And now, all of a sudden, they're talking about his bias against, or perceived bias that the judge may have had because he wants to build this wall. Is this perhaps him yet showing another example of how he's twisting the story and getting ahead and in front of the media?
I mean, okay, so we're transitioning from a focus on Trump University, which isn't going away, and the alleged fraud that went on there, bilking people who couldn't afford it out of tens of thousands of dollars, and then denying it, even though there's lots of evidence. And let's transition, for PR purposes, to race baiting a judge based on absolutely no evidence whatsoever. The suggestion is, I mean, it's very clear. This is
Guy,
not...
does the judge the judge have Mexican heritage, Guy? Does he?
Yes.
I'm not sure that that's necessarily a bad thing to say. That there's a lot of wonderful Mexican jurists and lawyers. Why is that such a horrible thing to say?
Okay. Well, you know what? The
hang
story's going to live on. The
Very
debate's going to
quickly,
live
very
on, and we're
quickly.
going to continue to be all over it. Good to see you guys tonight. Thank you
All right,
very
thank
much.
you.